All right, Mr. Gold. Don't laugh. Stop laughing, Mr. Gold. I know you're laughing. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to ARK Adventures. A couple of things I want to do today. One is I want to build this. I've laid it out with thatch foundations over most of the area, kind of show you how big this thing is going to be. In a second, I'll tell you what this is for. But what I'm going to do is create. It's going to be 9 wide, and then I think it's 9 deep. So it's a 9 by 9 square. So that in the middle here, from this side to this side, is going to be a behemoth gate. And then there's going to be 4 tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Yeah, 4 tiles. 4 floors on either side. The entire thing is going to be surrounded by a wall. On each end, now I'm going to describe this whole thing to you, and then I'll tell you what it's for. On each end, there's going to be a door, person-sized door. Okay? And there's also going to be, I was thinking about running electricity out here at first from the main generator, but then I thought that would look really ugly. So instead, I'm just going to put another generator pad out here. I don't know where I'll put it. Likely right here, I guess. Right here on this side. And then I'm going to run a little bit of cabling and junction boxes to either side over here. And on each side, I'm going to have a pin pad. And the pin pads are going to be coded to open and close this big behemoth gate in the middle. And the purpose of this pit, it's going to be a pit, is going to be snakes. Now, you cannot tame them. And they do drop eggs. And I want a lot of the snake eggs. And the reason I want a lot of the snake eggs is because they make a kibble that'll let you very quickly tame and perfectly tame Gigantopithecus, the big apes. I want a bunch of Gigantopithecus. I want to create a Gigantopithecus army, basically, a troop of Gigantopithecus that I can carry around, march around and get into battle. I think that would be awesome. I also think that I'd like to fight the broodmother with them at one point. So in order to do that, I need eggs from snakes. Now, I could go just flying around looking for a bunch of snakes in the wild and picking up their eggs, no problem. But, man, that takes forever. And I'm hoping that this might work. It's going to be close enough to my home that I think they might actually start laying eggs while I'm in the game. And I can come out here, just jog out here from my house and take a look. I picked this section of the island because of the lack of resources that were here. There was 1 stone and a few trees and some bushes. But I've got tons of stone and trees and bushes elsewhere. In fact, I never usually came down here to get any of that stuff anyway. So I figured it wouldn't be a bad place to do it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and make all of the stonework that I need to replace all of this thatch that I used to prove my concept. By the way, the reason I only did 4 out is because I can't go any further. I picked a location that would barely let me put foundations out there and barely let me put them in here, and I can't go any further that way. So 4x4 is probably fine because I can drag the snakes across. But the way this is going to work when it's done is the snakes, well, I'll use the quets out there to pick up the snakes, and I'm going to drop them all into one side. And I'll probably drop as many as I can get, really. Even if it's like 12, 15, I don't care. A bunch of snakes over here. And then I'm going to let them do their thing, and then use the keypad to, I'm going to aggro them first of all. Aggro them, use the keypad to open it. Well, I'll use the keypad to open up the gate. Then I'll aggro them from this side, maybe by shooting them with a dart or shooting them with an arrow or something, and get them all to come over here. And then I'll use the keypad to close the gate, and then I'll go into the other side through the door and pick up the eggs. Now, that should work except for one thing that I'm a little worried about. And you've probably thought about this too if you've played ARK enough. If you keep wild dinos in a confined space long enough and you leave the area, they tend to despawn. I think I've noticed that. I think they actually do despawn. So this is going to be an interesting experiment. In fact, so much of an interesting experiment that I'm almost, hate wasting so many resources on this. But I want to try it. I want to see what it'll do, and if whether or not they'll stay in the pit even after I leave. If they don't stay in the pit, if they start despawning after I leave and come back, then I'll probably dismantle this or try to find some other use for it. But I really want those eggs. Even if I have to babysit them for a long time to get them to drop eggs, maybe I'll do that. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just drop in a whole bunch and then just kind of idle here at AFK here or something until they drop enough eggs that I can actually do this, because it's so hard to get them in the wild. So anyway, let me actually build this thing. I'm only going to build it 1 wall high, I guess, to save resources for now. I don't think you need more than that for them. And I already had a behemoth gate made for the work I was doing up at the hill forge. So we'll see what happens and see if it does what we thought it will do. And by the way, speaking of the generator that I need to put there, I'm going to need to make some more gas. I finally, I have my generator is pretty much full to the brim, but I have no other real gas other than what's in the generator. So it's time to build my stockpile. So I also need to go fetch a whole bunch more oil. I've got tons of hide already, and I want to build or make gas up in the hill forge, in the industrial forge, and see how fast it makes gas. So we'll try that as well. All right, be right back. Okay, so I decided against foundations for a number of reasons. One is that, eggs do tend to sometimes fall into foundations. And two, this is really an experiment. I don't know if this is going to work. So I didn't want to waste all the resources. So I went ahead with stone fence foundations and stone walls. And I do have the behemoth gate in there. And apparently behemoth gates are like 6 squares. I thought they were 9. Apparently they're 6 squares, 6 tiles. And I went ahead and put one foundation down there for a generator. I'm not going to bother laying the generator and the cabling and the buttons and all of that stuff yet until I determine whether or not the whole concept of whether or not the snakes despawn is the case. So now I need to go fetch a bunch of snakes over there at the swamp. The closest swamp is over there near the green tower. Bring them back, drop them in here. I'll just drop in, I don't know, 3, 4, whatever I can get, just as an experiment. I don't want to waste too much time again. And then I'll just watch. And if they despawn when I leave and come back and that sort of thing, then I'll know it's a failure and we won't continue with it. So I'm going to go fetch some snakes and be right back. Okay, here we are over the swamp, and I see a couple of snakes down there. Snakes do not have a gender, and I don't really care about the levels for eggs. And I don't know if you need multiples or not, so I'm pretty sure they don't have genders, right? Yeah, just titan and boas. They don't have genders. I think they can all lay eggs, so I'm just going to go fetch them and see what we can do. There's one. Yep, got it in my claws. We'll head on back, see if we can drop this thing into the pit. All right, here we are coming into the facility. And I'll try to line up here. Drop them on this side, I guess, to start with. As long as they're all on one side, it doesn't matter. I don't know how well I'm going to be doing at dropping here. I don't know how snakes will drop out of the Quetzal's feet, so drop. That seemed to work. Now, they shouldn't be able to get out of a one high wall. They're sticking through it, but they're not getting out. That's good. All right. Hopefully they won't be able to get underneath doors. Yeah. Well, I take it back. They got totally out of here. Well, I'm going to have to change those. I believe those were windows he got out of. I'm going to have to change those windows to be walls. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. All right. Well, let's drop him over here on the other shore over here. See if he'll still be here when I come back. I got to go change out those windows and make them make them walls. See if he can't get through that. All right, buddy. You hang out over here. Kill things. Have fun. I'll be back. Okay. Mr. Snake was still there. Went and picked him up. I replaced all those windows with walls. I'm a little curious if it's the windows he's going through, or can he get over a one-high wall, or the fence foundations, things that just don't block him. I'm not quite sure. So I guess we'll kind of experiment here. If he gets over this again, maybe I'll go too high on this side, 2 high walls, and see if that does the trick. I don't know. All right, let's drop him in and see what happens. And he's partially sticking through, but can he get all the way through? Yeah, right through a door frame. Wow. Thank you for sticking me, stupid snake. I don't know that this is going to work, guys. Are you still biting me? No, you're not biting me. You're trying to, but you're not. Okay. Wow, I don't know if this will work because he can get through door frames. I mean, I suppose I could try getting rid of one of those that door frame, because I don't necessarily need to get in with a door. I guess I could fly in with a bird and get in there. So let me go drop this guy off again over on the other side. It's funny how the animation shows him trying to attack me, but he's not doing any damage. My torpor's not going up. I don't think I'm being hit. He wants to, though. So let's drop him off here one more time. Let's replace that door with a wall and see if he's can stay inside this time. All right, Mr. Snake, have some fun. He was over here eating a dodo when I came over last time, so I'll go do that and then try again. Okay. Is the third time the charm? Let us find out. All right, Mr. Snake. Drop in your pin. And let's see if you can get out again. Get on the ground. Okay. Now the question is it the one high wall? Okay. Now it's time to build up that wall. One higher. All around that side of the pin and see if that works. I'll be back. Okay, this side is now 2 walls high. And I guess if this doesn't work, if he climbs this, I'll go 3 walls high. And if it doesn't work at 3 walls, I'm giving up. 3 walls, if it needs more than 3 walls, it's just not worth it. Okay, get in there, buddy. Now, can you get out? Let's see again. Oh, he's not getting out. In fact, he's acting kind of docile in there. Interesting. Looks like 2 walls is doing the trick. See if he sees me. Will he react and try to get out? If he's aggroed. Wow, he's not even aggroing in there. That's interesting. Let me see if I go actually into the pin a little bit and see if he'll aggro on me. Oh, there he goes. He seems to be moving now. Okay, will you come out? All right, there he is, sticking through the wall again. Are you gonna... Oh, my gosh. Yeah, all right, he came through. And you know what? I don't believe for a second that 3 walls is going to help here. I just don't believe you can pin these guys in. Looks like they're designed to go through. That must really suck for people who live in the swamps. Looks like they're designed to go straight through structures like that. So, yeah, all right. We'll go ahead and dump them over here. And I think that's a bust, guys. I think we've managed to fail on a snake pin. I don't know that it would have worked anyway. Because I'm pretty sure I've dropped wild animals in a taming pen and then logged out of the server and come back and they've despawned. So I'm pretty sure that the snakes would have despawned anyway. But it did teach us something about snakes. They can get through 1 or 2 wall high stone structures, no problem. I want to see if the snake and the Sarco are natural enemies and if they will fight. Let us see. Or if they're friends. I think they're friends. I don't think they fight. Pretty sure they're friends. Is he going to drown in there or is he going to come out? He's coming out. I don't think snakes drown. Anyway, so that said, I do need to go make a lot of gas. So let's at least do that for this episode. So it's not a total waste of our time. I have a ton of hide. I've got a full double-sized storage box. I've got a lot of slots in the overflow vault, the left side one, filled with hide. I don't have as much oil, so I'm going to go fetch some oil, and I think I'm going to do that by taking our shark, Mr. Gold, down to the cave and harvest some oil down there. I also think if that's not enough, I'll go check and see if that is enough, but if it's not, I'm going to have to also run up north probably and harvest some more up there. So let's take Emma back, check our oil supply. Since we're almost there, let's just do that right now without breaking. Go in here and check our oil supply. I'm going to have to tear down that facility out there, I think. I'll leave it for a while and see if there's something else I can do with it, but I can't think of what else I'd do with that little pin out there. Might just reclaim the resources. So how much oil do we have? Not a lot. 450 here, it looks like. In this cabinet. Don't know how much we have here. Actually, let me gamma down a little bit here. It looked a little bright. The UI looked a little bright there. Yeah, so 400, 450. Plenty of hide, though. I don't think we have any oil over here, at least not much. Yeah, not a lot. So we're talking about 500 oil I've got. And hide, we've got plenty. We've got an entire box here full of hide. And we've got a bunch of hide here. And I can just take London out for 5 minutes tops and fill up a chest full of hide. That's not a problem. Not a problem for hide. So it's oil that's the problems. Okay, so let's grab our scuba gear. At least our scuba tank and our goggles with a funny hat on them. I don't know why I have the hat on there. I really got to take the hat off there. It's kind of dumb. And the flippers and our pants, just so we have a full set of gear. We don't really need the full set of gear. In fact, you know what? I'm going to forego the flippers and the pants because I'm not planning on swimming around much, and I'd have to take the flippers off anyway, and there's no need to have the pants. So we'll take the goggles and the tank. And we'll actually take our head and our chest off here and put them in our temporary storage. There we go. And let's go take Mr. Gold out to get some oil. We haven't done this in a little while. I haven't run out and gotten any oil or pearls or any of that stuff because I haven't needed to do so. So let's see if Mr. Gold's got some levels. He does. What do you got, buddy? I still like your 3,000 health. Your speed is 120, which is pretty good. Let's just boost your melee a bit there. Get you up to 1,000 if I can. In fact, let's kill this stupid ichthy that's hanging around in here for no apparent reason. And let's go fetch some oil. I've still got, I hope that raft is still out there. It's been a while. Let's go ahead and transfer that in. All right, there we go. You're a pretty BA Megalodon, so I'm not afraid of, or OP as the kids say these days. I'm not afraid of running into any other Megalodons or anything else for that matter. So let's head on out here. And there's some Megalodons to the left I can see. Over there, they're hard to see now, but actually, those appear to be ichthyes, or that appears to be an ichthy, or is it a megalodon? Oh, it's a megalodon. It's purple, too. Nice. Hard to see in K mode here. But anyway, come back up to the surface real fast, because I want to see if that raft is still up here. Yeah, it is. Awesome. It's still marking in. It's interesting. You can see that kind of square down there. And if you're flying over the water, you can actually see those. Those are where caves are. It's kind of a glitch. I would think that they wouldn't want those to be exposed like that to people to easily see where caves are so that they can learn the hard way. But if you're flying around and you see one of those, that's what they are. Okay, that off, that off. And are you kidding me? Oh, epic fail, guys. I didn't bring my pickaxe with me. Do I have a pickaxe in here? No, I wasn't that smart. I do have some gas. Oh my goodness. I'm going to take all of this hide and gas and stuff back. I left this here, remember, so that I could make gas here, but I don't really need to make gas here. So I'm going to take a little break here, cut a little bit, and I'll be back as soon as I go get my pickaxe. I'm an idiot. All right, Mr. Gold. Don't laugh. Stop laughing, Mr. Gold. I know you're laughing. Okay, I came back and picked up my pickaxe and feel embarrassed, but feel even more embarrassed now that I'm about ready to set out with Mr. Gold, and I went to check his inventory and clear out his inventory of all the junk from killing the Megalodons, and look what was in the inventory. A primitive metal pick. So apparently that was down there on Mr. Gold when I thought I had nothing. So now I feel even dumber. what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that with me this time, and we're going to head back down, and I'm going to stick that in that chest in case I ever make that mistake again. I'll have a pickaxe on site. So I hope there's no sharks out there. Like I said, I don't really care if there are. Mr. Gold can kill them, but still, it's annoying. All right, closed door. It's closing. All right, here we go. Now, there's some oil here along the way, too, I noticed. I might just want to grab that, just for the heck of it. Right up here, just offshore, there is some oil. There's oil down there. Is that what I was looking at? Well, these guys have oil as well. I'll chase you down, sure. There's a lot of them here, actually. Yeah, it's hard for me to... There we go. I guess I have to go kind of third person here to see better. When you're in first person, it's hard to say which way is he's pointed. That is a dead megalodon there. That's one of the ones I killed, so that's not a problem. There are a lot of these guys down here. Wow. Might be an easy way to harvest a bunch of oil as well. Whoops, there's a megalodon who wants to say hello. I'll swim out here, turn her back. Oh my gosh, look at those guys. Hello, Mr. Megalodon. Meet your doom. Oh, you look like you're high level, too. Well, 36. Nothing. Look at all these guys. Wow. Look at all these guys, man. This is definitely where they spawn. And I've leveled up from killing trilobites and a couple of megalodons, too. Come on. Let's face it. But wow. I think this is a fun way to get oil. I don't know why, but it is. It just seems fun to me. Lots of clicking. You can probably hear it. Oh, it's funny. Okay, come back around here. There's some to harvest right here. I just keep missing them. There we go. Not a lot of range on the harvest here. You got to get right up on them. Okay, many of these are dead and ready to be harvested. Go ahead and boost his melee. I want to get that up to 1,000 eventually. Keep seeing that oil over there and thinking it's a megalodon coming at me. All right. You harvested. I have any more over here that need to be harvested? Yes. A lot more. Oh, these guys are still alive. I wonder how much oil this is giving me. I need to check that. Okay, come right at you guys. There we go. And pearls, for that matter. It is kind of annoying. It's kind of cool and kind of annoying at the same time because you have to get right up on them. You use your nose right up on them to harvest them. Which is hard to do. I guess you can kind of point your nose down. Like that. All right, well, just after doing that, let's see what we got. There's 100 oil there. And 55 oil there. So it's not a lot. A lot of chitin, though. A That's a nice way to get chitin. Wow. Don't need that. Don't really need those, although I'm going to be running out soon, so I need to keep a hold of some of them. I can dump most of that meat. And I think that's a pretty good haul. So let's go fetch some more oil now from the cave. 71 pearls, not bad. All right. Let's come on over here. Let's harvest this oil first. Since we're going to be here anyway. All right. Get back on you. Dump those rocks, which I do not need. And let's go down to the cave. Let's use our marker. Oh, there we are. Is that it? Really? Wow, I guess that is it. There we go. There's our cave. Well, after a haul through the cave, that's not very much oil. Wow. I didn't get much oil at all in here. I went ahead and grabbed pearls since I'm here anyway, but that is not a lot of oil. I'm going to have to head up north, it looks like. We're just running around in the bottom of the ocean a bit with Mr. Gold. But anyway, I'm going to grab a bunch of oil, and then I'll head up to the hillside forge, and we'll see what we can make. Okay, I went ahead and harvested a whole bunch more on the bottom of the ocean and had Mr. Gold killing a whole bunch of anglerfish and some sharks that came along. I think I might have enough to get a significant amount of gasoline going. It's a 3-to-5 ratio of 3 oil to 5 hide. So I put that all on Fortunate One, and I'm going to go ahead and drop off the rest of this stuff and head on up to the Mountain Forge. Hillside Forge, whatever you want to call it, and go ahead and fire it up and see what kind of gasoline I can make. I have some gasoline up there already for fuel, and I'll meet you guys there. Okay, in the middle of a rainstorm. Well, it is a rainstorm, even though you can't see it yet. We've arrived at the forge. There we go. Let's turn around here. Get a good position on the roof. There we go. And what is that down there? Oh, it's my water tanks. Just looks weird. All right. Let's see if I can carry all of this stuff. Yay, I can carry it all. Barely. All right. Hello, Silverback. How you doing, buddy? Get a can of gas out of here, maybe more than, well, one's all I need to start it, right? Because it's going to be making gas, so if it needs any more, it'll consume it. Let's leave that metal in there and go ahead and transfer all here. Excellent. I'm going to have to put this back in because for some reason, if you transfer all to put gas in and you don't drag it in, the turn on button doesn't come up anymore. I don't know what that is. I swear I just turned that on. Did I not? Why is this not... Where did my gasoline go? I think this might be a little buggy. Let's grab another one. Let's turn on. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Now let's see how fast it actually produces the gasoline. It should start appearing down here somewhere. As well as one middle ingot. Come on. Okay, there's my one middle ingot. I guess it's not going to do... Oh, the gas does take a little bit longer to make than the middle does, so that's probably why. think it does like 100 at a time, which is just crazy. That's awesome. So I'm going to have hundreds of gallons of gasoline by the time this is done. So anyway, that was a lot of fun, guys. Here I am still with my shirt off because I was underwater trying to zoom in as fast as I can. Oh, wow, I was zoomed way out on the K menu, but appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.